Kyra Secure guest, thank you so much for joining me in the last week of May. And don't forget, we're still in Posture Month. Today, the primary focus is all about going for gold. And remember, as we go through this month and we start talking about the updates that are happening, we have some phenomenal material for you to use. And we grow because we have an organic growth with you. So let's get started with going for gold and share with you some of the number one reasons why people are working with the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress to grow their practice and share the benefits of chiropractic across the nation. And as always, we're grateful, blessed, and truly inspired by corporate sponsors that step up on a regular basis to help our profession really reach the gold standard. And as I said, May is still Posture Month, and this is the last week. So let's just talk just really briefly about what posture means and why it's so important. As you know, the Facebook logo makes sense now. And the primary reason for that is our Generation Z is having neck pain, and our responsibility is in education. There's a few things when we talk about education is trust. Your particular clinic must be trusted by the adjusted. And let's talk, how do we build trust with our community? There's several ways, and a Harvard professor put together a fabulous TED Talk on this, building trust. She particularly was involved in building trust for Uber at the time. What she noted was trust has three very specific areas that need to be addressed. And I bring this to your attention because as we get closer to the most historic media event in history, your practice is going to be branded as the expert. You are going to be the community assistant for health and wellness and to help those that are suffering with pain. So with trust, there are three components. The first one is authenticity. We know we can all smell an inauthentic person right away. The person who doesn't really buy what they're saying. The person who's kind of here but not there. The person that will tell you what you want to hear but is not exactly buying into what they're selling. So if you are going to build trust with your community, first and foremost, be passionately inspired. If you're not passionately inspired, I ask you to join a lot of webinars out there, be part of your state association, and hang out with some of the students at a chiropractic college. I promise you that you will get your authentic self back. Being passionate about what you're doing and putting your hands on patients is what we've been doing for 125 years. Therefore, I want you to be revved up, ready to go, and totally inspired. So, authentic self. I love chiropractic. Every single time I do Facebook Lives, I feel more inspired. So maybe just doing a community talk will inspire you. Authentic you. After being authentic, the next thing you have to do is look at logic. Now, logic is part of a process where you begin to showcase the educational components. If you can't explain chiropractic to the average patient that walks in, the logic of the patient is going to waver. Trust will be challenged. So building your communicative skills and your library of information that is quality driven is crystal clear important. So remember, logic in how you showcase chiropractic to the consumer builds your trust in the community. Now, remember, we have webinars, we have podcasts, we have presentations, posters, infographics, brochures, you name it, we have it. But listen, none of that means anything unless you're using them and you feel comfortable using them. So second, after logic, after authentic, and now logic, we're going to move right into the last piece, empathy. Empathy is a part of trust that allows the patient to know that you care. It's building back the trust that you're looking them in the eyes. Now, that Facebook logo that you see right now up on the screen, that's not an empathetic moment. And so much of our lives right now are looking at everything other than what really matters. I'm with you right now. 100%. I'm not being bothered by my cell phone going off or my internet popping up notifications. I am 100% with you right now. I hope you are 100% right here, right now with me. That's where empathy comes in. Feeling connected to the person in front of you, putting the cell phone down, asking questions, listening. There's a reason we have 2 ears and one mouth. So we go through trust. We talk about authentic you, the logical you, and the empathetic you. That's how we build our progress with the Foundation for Chiropractic Progress. Now, moving forward, as we begin talking about Tech's neck, there is a doctor. I've said this across the nation. In fact, I was in beautiful Wyoming last weekend, and fabulous people. Shout out to those who were in Sheridan, Wyoming with me. But there is absolutely no way, no shape, no how that a doctor, a neurosurgeon, is taking credit for Tech's neck. Because one of the reasons that we as chiropractors are so vigilant is that we're non pharmaceutical. We're accessing optimized health through opportunity of education. So here's Dr. Ken talking about Tech neck, and that is one of the key pieces that chiropractic has to own. It's the function of posture. And posture, as he put it, and as you've seen this probably 100 times or more, is that the farther forward head tilt is, the greater impact on the spine. And it's just like if you give a patient an example is hold a bucket of water with your elbow close to your body, you can walk forever. Hold it straight out armed, you can hold it for about 2 minutes. And that's what happens with your neck. The farther the head starts to fall, the greater the impact to the upper shoulders and the tension in the spine. And if you don't talk to your patients about it, because I know you know this, it's just that we need to have those moments of inspiration for our patients to build the trust and the empathy and the logic behind why forward head tilt is so incredibly bad for us. Now, this happens to be how I feel about Tech neck. Watching my 16 and my 18-year-old is I wish there was some type of a button on their phone that just said, I think your head's going to fall off if you continue in that position. But we all have to have a little fun in our lives. So as we go through, what do we have for you? Well, go into the f4cp.org library and you have all sorts of opportunity to talk about posture. And as I remind you, it is as simple as you can text a patient an infographic after you talk to them and say, I was thinking about you and I wanted to share this infographic with you. You can email it out in your newsletter. Oh, you're not doing a newsletter? Do yourself a favor. When you want trust built, you need to be with them wherever they are. Building out a newsletter is a critical component. You need help with that? Foundation will be with you on that too. Okay. So building the trust of educating your patients using infographics, webinars, do your own YouTube video. You need to be out there and building the marketing for going for gold. And I want to share a few updates before we get right down into the golden opportunity. All right. So this past 2 weeks, we have been able to see some major movement on research. And there is one person that I want to give a shout out to because I think he needs a hero badge, and that's James Waden. He has tirelessly put his energy and all the expertise in recognizing where we are with spinal manipulative therapy and the adverse events that are occurring when an elderly patient, or should I say an aging patient, gets an opiate. And we wanted to share with you so you can share with your patients. You do not know the patient that lays on your table that is having a parent or themselves suffering in pain that never really understands the adverse events that come with pharmacological products for pain. This research shows it, and the results with controlling for patient characteristics, health status, and propensity score, the adjusted rate of adverse drug events was more than 42 times higher for initial choice of an opioid therapy. That, my friends, is the reason why we do what we do. You are more likely to have a drug event, 42 times more likely, if you're using an opioid than if you're getting treatment in a non-pharmacological way using the gifts and the benefits of chiropractic care. So what did we do with that information? Because we find it very, very important to get out. Well, we put out a press release showcasing James Whaden's study, how the results are impacting Medicare, how the results are impacting the hospitals, how the impact is affecting all of us. And when we did that, the beauty, the insurance company, AHIP, picked this up and showcased it to all of the others that are in their organization. That to me is positive press for chiropractic. Positive press for chiropractic comes from all of us doing the right thing, getting honest information out there. Because unfortunately, there is a lot of false negatives that are being let's start that again, reported through a lot of media. Our job, share with those that we care with, share with our community these great results, because in the end, it's the importance of truthful reporting that makes a difference. And as we get to truthful reporting, there's another piece of this, performance. And that's why we're here today. Going for gold means everybody achieving their very best, setting a gold standard on how we as a profession move forward and build the important aspects of health. Because right now, the MDs are treating sickness, true sickness. They don't have time to be doing any wellness. And if they do, they're doing something very different that their other colleagues are not, because they're overwhelmed. In fact, when you look at the research, they're burning out quickly. Our job is to share the importance of chiropractic care on a regular basis, bringing people into the wellness fold. And as I had reported in Spine in December of 2017, one of the results from that National Health Interview Survey, now this is way before an epidemic, and this was way before we started realizing about a pandemic hitting us. The people that are consulting chiropractic were doing so because they wanted general health. They wanted to know more about wellness, improving their energy, improving their athletic and sports performance, and reducing some back pain. Their overall health was their primary focus to coming into chiropractic care. We are now starting to get momentum because every single one of you are doing your part. And what we recognized from that was the benefits that they saw. And we need to report these benefits. And that's why when we get a little farther in this PowerPoint presentation, you'll be able to share on social media, share in your newsletters, share at the office front desk, hand the patient a piece of paper that really does outline a lot of the benefits of chiropractic care. And in that Spine Adams study, it showed that people were sleeping better. They reported reduced stress. This is not us reporting it. This is the patient reporting it. They had a sense of control over their health. Doesn't that feel good and warm and fuzzy right now when we're dealing with a pandemic and so many of us are scared? The fear factor of what's going to happen to us, the fear factor of how this is going to play out is immense, and the media plays a major role. So you have to play your major role, ensuring patients understand what their health opportunities are, how they can feel better emotionally, how they can cope with their health problems that they have right now. And remember, we went back to trust, being authentic about it, having logical explanations about it, and really hearing them out. So let's get into some fun. As you know, Tokyo is having their Olympics. Why is this important? This will be a major milestone in bringing positive media back, which we have not had for literally 2 years. This media moment will be epic because everybody wants to sponsor an opportunity in their communities to just have fun again. Let's get back to laughing. Let's get back to supporting a team USA. In that time frame, you're going to see something very special, which is us. Us coming out with the greatest media moment in history and showcasing the benefits of chiropractic care. But we need your help. And now is the time. It's May. June and July is where we ramp up. We go for the gold. We showcase sports performance. How do you do that? McAllister, how do I do it? I'm right with you. One of the pieces that we love to share is those social media testimonials done by 18 Olympic athletes. Isn't that amazing? Think of 18 Olympic athletes that want to share the benefits of chiropractic care. That's why we need to get that out into the entire media. And every single chiropractor can do that if you work with me. Our Facebook is blowing up. We need you to take those testimonials, go find them on our Facebook and share them on your Facebook site, or share them on your YouTube when you do a presentation for your community. The opportunities are endless. It just takes you to be inspired again, to really share the benefits. There are posters. We have a upgrade if you'd like to even put your own logo on our posters and take them to the communities. That is the moment there we all come together. Our commercial is available for all our members right now. In July, we open it up to the entire profession. But if you're a foundation member, you have already donated to the foundation, and your donation means the world to us because we're trying to promote chiropractic in every avenue we can on all media channels, and including the banners, the Googles, the Facebooks, everything and everywhere, because you are supporting us. Here's the commercial. As you know, you can just go to our website right now, f4cp.org, and you can watch the commercial. You can download it if you're a member. And if you're not, what's stopping you from joining the greatest opportunity to be part of something that is epically growing on an organic level? The posters themselves are just beautiful, and they inspire people to do their best. Listen, you don't have to be an Olympic athlete to perform at your top level. You could be 97 years old and just needing to work on your balance and strengthening your arms. We want everyone to at least see their best and be inspired by the heroes that are doing Olympic athlete triumphs. So as we go through, I'm just sharing a few of these posters with you because they're easy to download. And then you will be a gold level sponsor showcasing the benefits. Are we already winners? You bet we are. This is the Telly Awards that we have shared with you again, but I want to remind you, these awards were not applied for by the foundation. These were applied for by the own production company because they were proud of the outcome of the commercial. And the Telly Awards is not an easy award to win, so we're winners. As we move through talking to your patients and educating them about, in the summertime, just getting out and being active. Remember, we had the spring into action in April. Being able to share with your patients that you too are doing exactly what you're educating them to do. You're getting out into nature. You're enjoying that walk, whether it's 5 days a week or 3 times a week. You're enjoying some weightlifting, you're eating well, you're inspired by the Optimized Performance Campaign and sharing with your patients podcasts. And we're very proud to say that we're actually in the top 10% of all healthcare podcasts around the nation right now. That's where we have made the biggest progress. We're getting new people to listen to our podcast that are not chiropractic patients. When in history has that happened? We're just building, and it takes you to build with me. And that is Share the Adjusted Reality Podcast. If you don't know how to share it, no problem. If you go to our website, it'll show you. It'll download a whole tip sheet on how to download that podcast and share it with your patients. The Fittest Man in the World, Rich Froning. If you haven't seen his Netflix documentary, I encourage you to watch it. It's fun, and it lightens the load on some heavy things that are happening in all of our lives and how we've been impacted, both through the opioid usage and unfortunate outcomes that have happened because they're not getting mental health, they're not getting the types of care that they need, and overdoses are increasing. So we want to have moments of fun, moments of opportunity to connect with our patients and make them smile. And I guarantee you the Fittest Man in the World will inspire them. I guarantee you that Project Forgive with Dr. Sean Dupron will inspire them. There are a plethora of adjusted reality podcasts from Deepak Chopra down to Robin Downing's. It's just incredible. So pick the podcast that you like, listen to it, share it with your patients. There's plenty of them to share. Now, how do we get you that gold level performance? Well, you have to be in our Find a Doctor directory listing. That means that when you log into f4cp.org, you go to directory listings and make sure your directory listing is accurate, just the way you want it. If it's not, edit it and make sure that when this Olympic commercial plays and 204 million people 5 times during the Summer Olympics see you, they're going to be able to make an appointment with a chiropractor. Or what if they called you and say, hey, I'm thinking of becoming a chiropractor? What an opportunity for us to grow, to build a future like never before. Remember, 125 years ago, we started this adventure. And unfortunately, as we know now, the truth always prevails. The truth comes out. And Contain and Eliminate, the book by Howard Westlowski, is out. And you can buy it. You can share with your patients why we have had 80 years of trying to be shut down by the medical profession. And now, more than ever, are we on the right side? We did not prescribe an opioid. We did not tell them it was non-addictive. We did not create an unfortunate epidemic. We have been holistic. We have been primary care holistic professionals from day one. We've not changed our tune. We know the innate ability, and we're doing the very best we can. And we're growing, we're flourishing, and we're building these gold moments, the gold standard of what health really means. And the medical profession doesn't have the time. They have the tools of a prescription pad, and we have the beautiful tools of our hands. So as you're looking at, what is my marketing saying about me? Are you lacking consistent quality marketing? The foundation gives you what no one else can give you. It's best practices. It's response to unfortunate false media. It is being able to have national advertising on an Olympic level. It's being able to give you white papers you can share across the community platforms that you are involved in. And most importantly, it's giving you a sense of being a community member with an entire profession where we all come together. Listen, 29,000 of us are in this. I hope to grow this to everyone in. It takes everyone to share the benefits of chiropractic care across the nation.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package and get your customized practice success solution.
Get that practice solution that's good for you. I want you to go for that gold. I want you to remember that together we can move a mountain, but we have to do this together. It's not one person's job, it's everyone's job. And that's why I love doing ChiroSecure's Facebook Live each month, is to be with you, to share the resources that are intended for the entire community to see. It's building those barriers of breaking down those barriers that are happening for our patients. And that barrier to care, whether that's a copay, a deductible, an insurance problem, or it's the media just playing out false narratives, we are in it together. Being present, having the authentic, logical, and empathetic opportunities that make us the very, very best profession to be in. I want to thank you so much for being with me today. And I want to remind you that next week we have Dr. Mark Steuben. He is a fantastic speaker, and I know that you'll be able to really enjoy his information. I'm going to be with you next month. Please join me. I cannot be more excited about what's coming up, and I hope that you will enjoy it just as well. Thank you so much.
Isn't it time you join the most powerful team of successful doctors in chiropractic and go for the gold? Simply go to www.f4cp.org/package, my practice success solution.